Stop right there. If you are holding a salmon right now and you look suspicious, drop it. Seriously, put the fish down. You might be committing a crime. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going on a chaotic world tour to look at 40 of the absolute weirdest, most confusing, and oddly specific laws from around the globe. I'm talking about laws that make you wonder, who actually did this to make it illegal? Buckle up, because we're starting in Europe. First stop, Switzerland. Picture this. It is 10:05 p.m. You just finished your business in the bathroom. Do not flush that toilet. In some apartment buildings in Switzerland, flushing the toilet after 10 p.m. is considered noise pollution and is actually illegal. You just have to let it sit there until morning. Gross, but legal. Now, let's hop over to Germany. If you are driving on the Autobahn, the famous highway with no speed limit, make sure your tank is full. It is illegal to run out of fuel on the Autobahn. The logic is that stopping is dangerous, and running out of gas is preventable. So if you stop because you're empty, that's a fine. Speaking of cars, in Russia, keep it clean. Driving a car that is too dirty can actually get you fined. Basically, if a police officer can't read your license plate, you are in trouble. And while we are talking about cars, in Denmark, before you even start your engine, the law says you must check underneath the car to make sure there are no children sleeping there. I mean, it's good advice, but it's wild that it's a law. Let's head north to Scandinavia. In Norway, you cannot just fix your pets. It is illegal to spay or neuter your dog without a strict medical reason. And in Iceland, if you want a pet snake, turtle, or lizard, forget about it. Owning a reptile is generally illegal because they don't want foreign diseases hitting their native horses. Now let's talk about food and drink, because wow, people get touchy about snacks. In Singapore, do not bring chewing gum. It is banned unless it is for medical reasons. They take clean streets very seriously. Over in Italy, specifically Venice, do not feed the pigeons in St. Mark's Square. It used to be a tourist tradition, but now, illegal. The birds were destroying the monuments. If you are in Bolivia and you are a married woman, watch your intake. In some regions, there is an old law stating married women can only drink 1 glass of wine. Apparently, any more than that was thought to make them flirtatious. Yikes. And in Australia, if you are in Western Australia, it is technically illegal to possess more than 50 kilograms of potatoes at once. So, cancel the massive French fry party, unless you want a visit from the potato police. Let's move over to the United States, which is the king of oddly specific laws. In Alabama, do not wear a fake mustache to church if it is going to make people laugh. God has no sense of humor about your facial hair, apparently. In Arizona, do not let your donkey sleep in the bathtub. This law exists because a donkey once slept in a bathtub, the dam broke, the tub flooded down a river, and it was a nightmare to rescue him. In Georgia, you cannot tie a giraffe to a telephone pole. I really want to know who tried that first. In Alaska, it is illegal to wake a sleeping bear just to take a photo. Honestly, if you wake a sleeping bear, the law is the least of your problems. The bear is the problem. And in Florida, unmarried women, listen up. It is illegal for you to parachute on a Sunday. Monday through Saturday is fine, but Sunday, keep your feet on the ground. Finally, in Maryland, watch your mouth. It is technically illegal to swear in public places. Speaking of watching your mouth, let's go to Dubai. Swearing online or even sending an angry emoji or a rude text message can lead to massive fines or even deportation. They do not play around. Let's bounce back to Asia. In Thailand, never, ever step on money. The currency has the image of the king on it, and stepping on it is seen as a massive insult to the monarchy. In Sri Lanka, do not take a selfie with your back to a Buddha statue. Turning your back on the statue is considered super disrespectful. In Japan, for a long time, dancing after midnight was actually illegal in clubs, unless the venue had a specific license. This was an old law that was heavily enforced until very recently. And speaking of dancing, in Sweden, you can't just start a dance party in the street. Spontaneous dancing without a permit is illegal. If the crowd moves their feet to the music, the bar owner can get fined. In South Korea, be nice. They have strict defamation laws. You can get in trouble for insulting someone publicly, even if what you are saying is true. In the Philippines, there is a crime called unjust vexation. Basically, if you are just being annoying to someone, you can get arrested. I feel like I know a few people who should be arrested for that. Let's look at some government and royal rules. In France, you cannot name a pig Napoleon. You can name him anything else, just not after the emperor. In the UK, and I wasn't kidding earlier, under the Salmon Act of 1986, it is illegal to handle salmon in suspicious circumstances. It's mostly about poaching, but the wording is hilarious. Also in the UK, specifically Scotland, if a stranger knocks on your door and asks to use the toilet, old law says you are legally required to let them in. That is some serious hospitality. In Turkey, it is a crime to insult the memory of Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the founder of modern Turkey. In Malaysia, be careful with your wardrobe. It is illegal to wear yellow clothing during certain times because yellow was the color of protesters challenging the government. Now for some truly distinctive ones. In Canada, comic books cannot depict criminal activity. Well, they can, but the law says they cannot depict the commission of a crime in valid detail. Basically, you can't use a comic book as a how-to guide for robbing a bank. In Finland, if you get caught speeding, the ticket isn't a flat rate. It is based on your income. One rich businessman was once fined over 50,000 euros for going slightly over the limit. In the Netherlands, animal rights are huge. It is illegal to sell just one rabbit. Rabbits are social creatures, so you are legally required to buy them in pairs so they don't get lonely. That is actually really cute. In Nepal, cows are sacred. Killing a cow is strictly banned. In India, specifically the state of Gujarat, you need a special permit just to buy or drink alcohol. In Qatar, during the holy month of Ramadan, do not eat or drink in public during daylight hours. It is a punishable offense. In Saudi Arabia, for a long time, the sale of red Valentine's Day products was completely banned. Let's finish up with 3 of the wildest ones. In China, Buddhist monks must be legally qualified to reincarnate. You literally need a government permit to come back in the next life. In North Korea, you do not have much freedom with your hair. There is a list of state-approved haircuts, and you have to pick one. No creative styling allowed. And finally, number 40. In Spain, specifically in the city of Salvador, technically, walking around naked in public is legal. However, don't just drop your clothes anywhere, because while the act itself might be permitted, public decency laws make it a very gray area. Maybe keep your pants on just to be safe. So, there you have it. Which one of these do you think is the craziest? If you enjoyed this weird trip around the world, smash that like button and subscribe for more content.